has no trouble handling Raiders in Patriots Mexico City rout. Mexico City, outdueling Tom Brady when he's in this kind of mood requires nearly perfect play, and the garbage served up by the Oakland Raiders was anything but that. Brady led the New England Patriots to a 33-8 victory at Mexico City's Estadio Azteca on Sunday afternoon in a contest that soon settled into a consistent pattern of predictability that could hardly be simpler to describe. Brady and his colleagues did almost everything right, and the Raiders did virtually everything wrong. The Patriots quarterback quickly settled into a rhythm and generated more momentum with each accurate connection before sauntering from the field at the end with barely a hair out of place. And the Raiders could not stem the tide, with a defense that chased shadows all afternoon and a receiving corps that repeatedly struggled, costing itself scoring chances and ultimately any chance of respectability. Martian Lynch sits for U.S. national anthem, rises for Mexico's The Mexican NFL viewing audience waited more than long enough for regular season games to come here with consistency after the league's repeated excursions to England over the past decade. Now in year 2 of the experiment, it is making up for lost time. It was a pro-Patriots crowd, with no one more enamored than a woman in the stands who kissed what appeared to be a blow-up doll wearing a Brady jersey. The noise in favor of New England continued in earnest, even after the blowout showed the disparity in quality to be embarrassingly large. The Patriots had remained in Colorado for most of the week to acclimatize themselves with the thin Mexico air, but the game could have been played at sea level, and the result would not have greatly differed. Brady was his typically unflappable self from the outset, handling third down situations 4 times on his opening drive. In the red zone, Brady produced a neat fake to his left, but held on to the ball and hit Dion Lewis for a 15-yard touchdown to complete an 87-yard drive. Oakland found Mexico City to its liking a year ago, sinking the Houston Texans 27-20 on an entertaining Monday night, but this was always likely to be a tougher proposition. The Raiders were coming off a bye week and had outlasted the Miami Dolphins before that, but have now dropped to 4-6. Brady extended the advantage with a drive midway through the second quarter that culminated with him finding Danny Amendola, who would later leave the field with dehydration, at the back of the end zone. Meanwhile, the only thing Oakland was catching was a habit for dropping crucial passes. As halftime closed in, Michael Crabtree dropped 2 targets, one of which would have been for a touchdown that could have kept things close. Johnny Holton made a seemingly important grab at the 6-yard line, only to then cough it up, with New England recovering. Brady then needed just half a minute to get Stephen Gostkowski into field goal range, and the Patriots kicker slotted a 62-yarder, with room to spare, for a franchise record. The Raiders were already hankering for home. A minute into the third quarter, Brady found Brandon Cooks for a 64-yard score before Gostkowski notched a couple more field goals to increase the gap to 30 before the fourth quarter. Derek Carr hit Amari Cooper for a touchdown late on, but nothing could take the shine off Brady's afternoon, not even the prospect of being in the doghouse with wife Giselle when he gets home thanks to a news conference slip-up earlier in the week, in which he said being on the road gave him a respite from criticism in his home. He ended with 339 yards on 34-37 passing in front of a beaming fan base who found him even better in the flesh than on television. At 40, Brady is keeping the Patriots great with 6 straight wins, a stranglehold on the AFC East, and an abundance of confidence to take back north of the border. Photos, Best of NFL Week 11.